What I have been receiving with increasing urgency over months and more recently is that we are at serious risk from a terrorist attack, and obviously a week or so back we lifted the level of the terror threat. The level of the terror threat had shortly before that been lifted in the United Kingdom as well. There are at least 60 Australians that we know of who are serving with ISIL and other terror groups in the Middle East. There's at least 100 Australians that we know of that are supporting them. There are, I regret to say, networks of people here in this country who, despite living here, despite enjoying the Australian way of life, they would do us harm. And it's very important that our police and security organisations be one step ahead of them, and I think this morning they were. As the outgoing Director General of ASIO made clear last week, the scale and the tempo of anti-terror investigations had been increasing for many, many months. So the decision that was made a week ago to raise the terror threat level was something that was many, many weeks, even months in the making. Obviously, the events this morning were based on specific intelligence that people weren't just preparing an attack but had the intention to mount one.
Is there any evidence, Prime Minister, that the Muslim community within Australia is actually now assisting ASIO and the AFP is actually providing the sort of intelligence you've been calling for?
The overwhelming majority of Australians find the kind of thing that we have seen abroad and which has been threatened now here absolutely and utterly abhorrent. And I was delighted to see quite a large gathering, mostly Muslims, in Sydney last weekend to celebrate our way of life, to celebrate our country, to demonstrate in a very practical way that as far as they're concerned, there's one Team Australia and everyone can and should be a member of it. Well, this isn't about people's religion, it's not about what people wear, it's about potential terror attacks here in Australia, and that's what we've got to guard against. We have got to guard against potential terror attacks here in Australia. We shouldn't fret about people's faith. We shouldn't fret about what people wear. We should guard against crime. We should protect ourselves against potential terror, and that's exactly what our police and security forces have done today.